breeding facility. Now when Crusher arrived here, he was first moved into this pond, right back here with the rest of the nuisance alligators. And because he was so big and so confident, he took to his training very well. So good that when it came time to move him into this pool, all we had to do was open this gate. We called him in by name and he followed us. So we're going to try to demonstrate some of that training for you guys, but while you see us interacting with this alligator and feeding him, just keep in mind that you should never interact or feed wild alligators out there, because then just like Crusher, they'll have to be removed from their native homes. Alright? So just keep that in mind. Now, we're going to try to get into some of the training with him, but at first I want to teach you the wild Florida gator call. It sounds like this. Can you guys try that? Oh, you look silly, but you're doing great. On the count of 3, make that noise as loud as you can. Whichever side is louder, Crusher should move over to you, alright? Now you guys are kind of cheating over there, so we're going to call you the Patriots, okay? Alright, but I'm really underdogs over here, alright? 1, 2, 3, go. That did not work as planned. Well, I guess we're going to send Christian in there then.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright,
So,
Crusher.
Crusher does respond to that sound, I promise. But he also likes food. So Christian has the food, and just like any man, the best way to his heart is through his stomach. Now the water does conceal Crusher's size quite a bit here, but with his head up, you'll see just how big Crusher really is. Oh, there's a little jaw pop there. Just a small fraction of what Crusher's capable of, though. Christian, where are you going?
I'm going to make you do a whole lap.
A whole lap?
Shoot a whole
That
lap.
takes too long.
It takes 3 minutes.
Takes 3 minutes?
Set my timer.
No, too slow. And that's why I said say goodbye to Christian. Bye. So Christian in the water, Crusher is going to move around much more quickly. Alligators are much more territorial and possessive over their water. So what we're demonstrating here is what we call operant conditioning. And it's a positive-based reinforcement training method. So we ask Crusher to do certain things, and if he does it, he gets rewarded for it. And in this case, he's getting chicken. That's his favorite food. However, if he does something we don't really like him to, we're going to ignore that and reset. We may try again or move on to something completely different. But he doesn't get rewarded for those behaviors. He also doesn't get punished for those behaviors. So everything we do is all positive. There we go. Very good jaw pop there. An alligator this size could potentially have over 3,000 pounds per square inch of bite force. So getting bitten by an alligator the size of Crusher would feel like getting hit by a semi-truck moving at 70 miles an hour. The 3 basic commands that Christian's using in here are the here command, or the gator call, which tells Crusher to come on over, and the up command, which tells Crusher to stand up tall and open his mouth. And the final command is the hold command, and this tells Crusher to stay still so that we can work safely around him. And with the hold command, you'll notice Christian's touching Crusher's face, checking on the eyes, the nose, the teeth. He can check on really anything, and we expect Crusher to stay very still and wait for his reward at the end. So you can use the hold command for very good scientific purposes, or in this case, something kind of dumb like turning your back to a large predator. Kids, please stay in school. Do not be like Christian.
Crusher.
So we're going to get Crusher to turn around and face the other side. And you can see that even at 14 feet and 1,000 pounds, Crusher is still very quick. He's very agile and flexible. He's capable of reaching the end of his tail with his own mouth. All right, so very, very capable animal.
Up. 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 Hey.
All right, the hat's turned backwards. Things are getting serious now. Well, who wants to see Christian put his head in Crusher's mouth? She said yes, so that means you have to do it. Now for this, Crusher does have to open up wide because Christian has a pretty big head.
Alright, you guys ready?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
No.
Don't do it.
Just kidding. Our insurance doesn't let us do that anymore.
Oh.
So instead, we're going to put a hat on Crusher's head because who doesn't love fashion? Now this is a very good demonstration of Crusher's conditioning, especially that hold command. He's sitting there holding still with a foreign object on his head, and he's waiting for his reward. Very good.
Oh. That's scary.
Guys, Anthony, get in the water!
I don't want to get in the water.
You guys want Anthony in the water?
Yeah.
There's a lot more people than the head trick. I see whose side you're on. Well, the customer's always right, so I guess I can't let you down. I just ask that you please don't show any of these pictures to my mom or I'll be grounded again. So we're going to work on some more desensitization here. You notice that Christian's over there, he's able to touch Crusher's face. I'm going to do some more of it's pretty much the same stuff with his tail. If we ever had to, say, draw blood or maybe administer any type of medication, you would do so from the base of the tail. It's a lot softer down here than it is at the top of the alligator. You notice the back's covered in really bony plates. So, pick up his tail, just applying some pressure between his scales down here. And that way, he's used to this in case of an emergency. Do the other side. Oh, he did very good. Put his tail down, he gets his reward. Now, the next thing we're going to do is not one of my favorites, but for you guys, I'll give it a shot. So, you'll notice on Crusher's face, all along his jaw, it looks like freckles, right? Those black dots. Those are ISOs. They're sensory organs, and they pick up on movements, vibrations, anything that's moving around in the water. He'll sense it, and it could potentially be food. So, I'm going to splash in the water, potentially be a food item, but Crusher should stay over there. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Help! Help! I'm falling and I can't get up! Life alert! Alright, well Crusher did very good, but I don't have any chickens. I'm getting out of the water. And he'll get his reward so that he knows he did a good job for staying still over there. And you can see that this conditioning does really work. You can train these animals, we can work more safely around them just in case of an emergency, but at the same time you have to respect the fact that he is a wild animal. He is an apex predator, a very large alligator. So we can train them, but alligators will never be a tamed animal. Alright? They're not pets.
Alright. I have one piece left.
We're down to the final piece here, so Christian's going to get one more behavior with Crusher. Let's see what they have for the grand finale.
Alright, hold on. The hat's gotta go backwards.
Hat's turning backwards one more time.
Up. Up.
Oh, how cute is that? That's not the weirdest thing Christian's ever kissed. That's his last piece. Christian's getting out of the water too, which brings us to our final topic for the show, getting away from alligators. If you're being chased by an alligator, what should you do? So that is a myth. Zigzags is an old wives' tale. It's made up by an angry wife who wanted her husband to be eaten by an alligator. If you look at Crusher's face, you notice his eyes are on the side of his face. So if you run zigzags, you're running very slowly, directly into a line of eyesight. And as you saw earlier, he's very capable of turning much quicker than we are. So they have a blind spot right in front of them. Just run straight and run fast, and you should be fine. If you're not fast, trip the person next to you. Well, that's going to finish it up for us in here. Thank you guys for coming out to our Crusher show. Our next show is at 11:30. See you there. Stay wild.
Right here, right here. Goat barn.
Look at the baby, listen, Mom. Listen to the baby.